Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a clearer picture of the despair felt by a Vancouver police officer before she took her own life 4 years ago. For the first time, we're hearing the words of Nicole Chan as she pleads for justice. CTV Shannon Patterson has more from the coroner's inquest into Chan's death.
Just weeks before she died by suicide, VPD Constable Nicole Chan wrote this letter to the chief of an outside police force investigating allegations she'd made against a fellow officer.
The words that Nicole wrote, I think, are poignant and terribly sad.
Chan wrote Sergeant Dave Van Patten knew she was vulnerable when he coerced her into having sex in October 2017. I was sick and taken advantage of by a senior officer handling my file. There was a huge imbalance of power and I was severely depressed. I was honest with the department about my struggles and Dave used this information to exploit and manipulate me. New Westminster Police recommended charges against Van Patten, but Crown declined to prosecute and he remained on the job. Chan, who was on leave from the VPD, wrote, "This has ruined my personal and professional life. Please help me be a survivor and not another victim. I am suffering, but I still have the will to fight for this." Just 19 days later, Chan took her own life. The letter was introduced at the coroner's inquest into the 30-year-old constable's death.
I think that the family felt it was important that everybody understood where Nicole's feelings were in terms of what she felt, in terms of support, in terms of what she felt as a victim.
Today, the coroner's inquest jury heard from a VPD psychologist who began treating Constable Chan after she had a serious mental health episode in 2016. He testified he sent a progress report and recommendations about her possible return to work to Sergeant Dave Van Patten, who worked in human resources. The Chan family lawyer says not only does that confirm Van Patten was aware of Nicole's mental health history when he allegedly coerced her into sex.
It was distressing for her to feel like somebody that she had made allegations about was in the position of somehow being able to oversee whether or not she could be returned to work as a constable.
In her letter, Chan wrote, "She worked hard to earn the privilege of wearing the badge. As a police officer, I always stood up for those who didn't have a voice, and I hope someone here will do that for me. Please help me get some justice." Through the inquest and a civil lawsuit, Nicole's family is now pursuing justice for her. Shannon Patterson, CTV News, Burnaby.